Howdy. Welcome to Friday. It's farmer unit time. So I posted a bunch of stuff on Google Classroom. There's basically two things to accomplish. You're going to have to go in there and you'll see a folder full of media.
So here we are in Google Classroom at the new post. Jason Prince has posed a new question. What's this question? This is your assignment, that you have to answer this question. Not so simple as answering a question, though, because when you click on the question, here it is. In what ways can it be effective to deliver a message that sits on top of other contexts? Is it important that your audience be aware of the original source of your message? Come on, Prince, that's two questions. Then what do? We write a meaty-ish, 200-ish word response exploring these questions by Friday midnight. Let's do today. Then by Monday, reply to two classmates' entries in a brief exchange. Okay, but I don't even fully understand the question. So let's just look what else Prince put down in there. Go to the attached folder. Read Genesis, book 1 of the Old Testament. Consider the speech. It's the farmer stuff. Watch each of the ads and consider their cultural timing. So what I've done is I've attached this Farmer Ads Google folder. It's going to have all this content in it. If you click on it, you shall see it'll open your Google Drive to the shared folder. It's a lot of stuff in here. If you don't see it ordered like this, I've got this ordered alphabetically. Sometimes Google Drive wants to order it in the date that it was modified. So if you just click on name, it resorts it by chronological order, or alphabetical order rather. And I've numbered them so that there's the 1 and the 2 are text documents, and then I've numbered the videos in the order that they were created. Now we've already seen in class the farms.com ad. We've seen the Rams truck ad that built upon the farms.com ad, and we even last class watched the dumb farmer ad where the person was kind of making fun of the images in the Super Bowl ad. You can rewatch those, or you can know that you're familiar with them. And here are some more, all coming on the heels, February 23rd, when they were created and published. One as far as March of 2013, so the following month after the Super Bowl ad aired. But that should tell you how big the Super Bowl ad was, that it really affected a lot of people. Perhaps it hit the cultural zeitgeist pretty hard, because when it came out in February of 2013, it inspired at least these. This is just a sampling of inspiration, satire, some cultural appropriation based on the content of the Super Bowl ad, which was based on this farmer speech from 1978, which was based on Genesis, book 1 of the Old Testament in the Bible. So everything layers on top of itself, and that's kind of the key to my question. So you'll watch some of these videos, you'll familiarize yourself with Genesis, and you'll come back to this question. Wait a second here. In what ways can it be effective to deliver a message that sits on top of other contexts? My claim is that all of these videos sit on top of the Dodge Ram video in Culture, which sits on top of the Paul Harvey speech in 1978, which sits on top of Genesis, book 1 of the Bible. There's this piling. Do people who watched the Dodge ad in 2013 know Genesis very familiarly? Do they know Paul Harvey in a very comfortable and familiar way? Most likely not. If you're experiencing So God Made a Dog on YouTube as a 12-year-old in your pajamas at home, do you know all the context that came up before? I think the answer is probably very likely not. So consider all that in your response to this question. Think deeply, question deeply, respond well, respond tonight, because after you do all that, you're going to be including the words, if you can, pastiche, satire, homage, and zeitgeist in your response. Not all of them, just 1 or 2. I want you to be familiar with those words. And eventually, after you respond tonight by midnight, I'm going to ask you to respond to 2 other of your classmates' answers to the question. So I'm trying to create a little discussion going on. At least 2. You could do more, but read somebody's that makes you think in a new way, or that thinks in a familiar way that, I responded to that one too, or someone that responded to a video that you thought about responding to but decided not to. Engage your classmates and yourself in deep discussion.
So there it is. You don't have to be right. You don't have to be formal. It's not an academic response. It's a conversational response. It's to get our critical thinking going. But I'd like you to think about the ideas of, pastiche. What is satire? When is it culturally effective, and when is it just making fun of something? Homage. Do you honor something by building on top of what already existed? And as far as the kairos of the thing, the timing of the thing, what culture are you in? Where is the cultural zeitgeist right now? We are no longer 1978, and we are not all consumers of the Hebrew or Christian Bible, the Old Testament. So is that aspect of our background knowledge important, or is it not? Explore those issues. Have some fun. Get this done by tonight. And the reason I asked for the deadline of tonight is so that you can respond to each other. If you put your initial response in tonight, I'm then asking you to go in and look at each other's responses and respond to each other in a conversational way by Monday. So, okay? So 2 parts to it. Your response, responding twice to your peers, kind of like a class conversation. See you around the interwebs.